Some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. When I was young, I thought that money was the most important thing in life. Now that I am old, I know that it is. I can resist everything except temptation. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. Consistency is the last refuge of the unimaginative. If you are not too long, I will wait here for you all my life. The only difference between the saint and the sinner is that every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. Memory is the diary that we all carry about with us. Life is never fair, and perhaps it is a good thing for most of us that it is not. Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. Conversation about the weather is the last refuge of the unimaginative. Women are made to be loved, not understood. The only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. I can resist everything but temptation. Morality is simply the attitude we adopt towards people whom we personally dislike. To expect the unexpected shows a thoroughly modern intellect. The world is a stage, but the play is badly cast. Life is far too important a thing ever to talk seriously about. There is only one thing in life worse than being talked about, and that is not being talked about. Experience is simply the name we give our mistakes. There are only two tragedies in life. One is not getting what one wants, and the other is getting it. A man can be happy with any woman, as long as he does not love her. A dreamer is one who can only find his way by moonlight, and his punishment is that he sees the dawn before the rest of the world. I have the simplest tastes. I am always satisfied with the best. A man's face is his autobiography. A woman's face is her work of fiction. Success is a science. If you have the conditions, you get the result. Men always want to be a woman's first love. Women like to be a man's last romance. It is absurd to divide people into good and bad. People are either charming or tedious. Ambition is the last refuge of the failure. To lose one parent may be regarded as a misfortune. To lose both looks like carelessness. Work is the curse of the drinking classes. Beauty is the only thing that time cannot harm. Philosophies fall away like sand. Creeds follow one another. But what is beautiful is a joy for all seasons, a possession for all eternity. Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions, their lives a mimicry, their passions a quotation. Society exists only as a mental concept. In the real world, there are only individuals. A gentleman is one who never hurts anyone's feelings unintentionally. Sometimes the poor are praised for being thrifty, but to recommend thrift to the poor is both grotesque and insulting. It is like advising a man who is starving to eat less. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask, and he will tell you the truth. Between men and women there is no friendship possible. There is passion, enmity, worship, love, but no friendship. Children begin by loving their parents. After a time they judge them. Rarely, if ever, do they forgive them. Patriotism is the virtue of the vicious. Life imitates art far more than art imitates life. True friends stab you in the front. Keep love in your heart. Life without it is like a sunless garden when the flowers are dead. All women become like their mothers. That is their tragedy. No man does. That's his. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. The true mystery of the world is the visible, not the invisible. What is a cynic? A man who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. One should always be in love. That is the reason one should never marry. Who being loved is Poe. The old believe everything, the middle-aged suspect everything, the young know everything. I always pass on good advice. It is the only thing to do with it. It is never of any use to oneself. He has no enemies, but is intensely disliked by his friends. By giving us the opinions of the uneducated, journalism keeps us in touch with the ignorance of the community. It is what you read when you don't have to that determines what you will be when you can't help it. This suspense is terrible. I hope it will last. No man is rich enough to buy back his past. Selfishness is not living as one wishes to live. It is asking others to live as one wishes to live. Moderation is a fatal thing. Nothing succeeds like excess.